Had someone ask a question on my YouTube channel about building a standalone tunnel. In other words, one you can just set on your layout and just lift off whenever you need to move things around. I mean, for example, suppose you have a layout that's a Cato Unitrack kind of layout. You know, you can't have it permanent, and so I'm going to give a quick tutorial, quick demo on how I would solve that kind of a problem, and hopefully this will answer this particular user's, this particular viewer's question. So I'm going to be using this 3/4 inch thick white styrofoam for my demo. I don't have any more of the pink insulation. I just had this left over from when I added onto the house. Personally, I don't think this particular stuff cars very well, but you could make a mountain out of this and do some rough shaping and then sculpt mold on it and rock castings and stuff like that, and I think you'd have yourself a perfectly decent mountain if you wanted to use this foam to build your removable mountain. So I think this comes in thicker thicknesses too. I think you can get it in 1 inch and maybe even 1.5 inches thickness too, but this is just for a quick demo. So I'm just going to do a small straight tunnel here, and what I'm going to do is, let's see, I've got this little tunnel portal here, so I'm going to draw in on this foam with my Sharpie marker what I want the size of the openings to roughly be. And I'm assuming you may want to use something like this and glue this on to the front of the tunnel for your entrance, so that's what I'm going with. Anyway, so I'll go and make a quick mark here, get my track quick mark there, and do the same right here. Alright, that's going to be roughly the width of the entrance, like that, marking it on the foam. Oops, I don't know if you can see that. I've got marked it there and there. And, oh, let's see, what kind of a mountain am I going to make? Let me just draw the outside of the mountain quick. Let's say it's going to be something like that. It's a very crude, quick demo, just hopefully it'll give you the idea of what's going on. Okay, drawing it in, and let me just cut some of these down. Cut these couple of sections here. For my initial piece here. Now, what I'm going to do is just cut this out. Pretty straightforward. I might just adjust the tunnel entrance, the mountain like that. Give it a little bit more. Here, how about that? Okay. All very rough. Now I've got my little template here. Just going to lay this on. Now if you have thicker foam, you won't have to use as many layers as I'm using. Okay, so let's just give you an idea how to accomplish this. If you want to put the mountain on a curve, you're going to have to take that in consideration, have this whole piece be curved, but I think you'll get the general idea of what's going on. And one more right here. Okay. So we got some layers here. You see that? That's the original layer. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hollow this out. You may wonder how we're going to do this. Well, pretty straightforward. Just take, draw a line like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut out the centerpiece. Do that. Okay. I'm going to put this piece in the middle of my other ones, like that. Okay. See what I got going on there? Now, draw that. You can probably see where I'm going with this, because now we've built the outer shell of the tunnel. Okay. As you noticed, this third piece, I'm not going to cut this. What I'm going to be doing, or what you are going to be doing, to get this to work, is going to be gluing these layers together. Okay? And what I've used in the past is liquid nails for projects. It doesn't give off fumes, it's safe. Got to stack these up, glue them together, then I'm going to put this on top. Okay? So in effect, what we've got now is your hollow mount. So you've got your entrance right here, and obviously I haven't cut this tall enough for end scale, but you kind of see what's going to happen here is once this stuff is dry, this tunnel portal will go on like that. Okay, and you have your hollowed out mountain. Just like that. Okay? Now what you're going to do is glue subsequent layers on there. And basically, as you glue each layer, you want to stagger it in, or depending upon what shape of the mount you want. So, for example, you glue this on top. A couple of these. I probably haven't. And this is kind of exaggerated right here. This is all kind of exaggerated right here. But you kind of get the idea. It's like doing a layer cake. You know, stack this up into layers, into the basic shape that you want. Then, once this is all dried, you carve it, you put sculpt mold on it, and you have yourself a hollowed mountain that you can just lift off. Now, when you glue these layers together, you want to put something heavy on them, like some books, and let it dry for at least 48 hours. Make sure it's all stuck together. But that's kind of it, how I would approach creating a removable hollow mount. And again, the tunnel entrance, the clearances, you're going to have to go to the NMRA website and look for the information on tunnel clearances. I think for N scale it's like 1 7/8, and for H it will be twice that. So you want to make sure this top layer is high up above, high up enough so that your trains have plenty of clearance in there. So anyway, that's my quick tip for the day.